Welcome to my channel. My name is Bernadette Halley. I'm a wife and a mother of one. This channel is going to focus on life, relationships, parenting, and budgeting. Well, the topic for today is going to be, how are you going to feel, or how are you going to react if your partner asks you to cut off with a long friend? It could be a friend you had before getting married, before a serious relationship, before meeting the person. The reason I brought up this topic is because I have opinions of mine. My opinions about this topic is, first of all, when this arises in your relationship, in your marriage, first you need to implement wisdom. You need to use wisdom to go around this. My first reason is that, well, when it comes to having a friend, especially having a friend of the opposite sex or having certain friends, they tend to have positive and negative influences on us. So when a partner tells you to cut off from certain friends, you need to start asking your question, or asking the questions: why is your partner suddenly uncomfortable with this friend? What has happened that your partner wants you to cut off from this friend? What are his reasons for wanting you to cut off from these friends? Some of the reasons I thought of could be, now, some of us, we tend to relate to the opposite sex as our friends, or start calling them our male besties or our besties. The tendency of you having a male or a female as your bestie and just normal relationship as them. Most of the times, the opposite sex, when they are close as friends or besties, tend to have emotional entanglements, emotional relationships, some of which might not be expressed, some of which might be expressed and ignored, some of which might be expressed and reacted upon. Why I say this is because you may have a male bestie that has emotional feelings for you. And, for example, if you're a married person, a married man or a married woman, your husband start noticing this friend coming around and showing this emotional connection to you. It might make them, or it's going to make them, feel uncomfortable towards that friend. And they might be tempted to tell you to cut off from that friend. Another reason is having a man as your male bestie, or having a woman to a male bestie to a man, already makes your partner feel like you rely, or you are more connected or more prone to talk with that person or communicate with that person more than them, which is not supposed to be so, because by the time you're getting married or in a serious relationship, your partner is supposed to be the person you relate to, you rely on. But because we have friends which we are coming into the marriage we will call our besties, and we have cultivated the habit of telling them most of our issues, we keep and we continue taking these problems to them, or issues to them, or discussing a lot of things without involving our partners. So it tends to make your partner feel insecure in that relationship. That's what I want us to understand. Another thing is, I want us to understand is, we in relationships, we tend to tell these our friends or besties most of what happened in our relationship, the way our partners treat us. They could treat us good and they could treat us bad. Now, let's talk about a situation where your partner is treating you good. You run to your friend and you tell them everything your husband do to you. Probably they buy you jewelries, they spoil you with clothes, they buy you cars, gifts, and all of that. And this friend does not get this or get that from their relationship. They tend to want to be in that position. For example, a woman is going to have that kind of man, or a man is going to want to have that woman that cares for them the way you are explaining your partner is doing for you. What would they do about that? Let's get to the negative part. They are going to sabotage a relationship to get to your place. We have had situations where friends have destroyed their friends' relationships because they want to be the spouse or the partner to the man or the woman. We know, most of us we have had people who have told us their stories of how somebody sabotaged their relationship and took their husbands or took their wives. This is just because we give out so much information to these people. We give so much information so that they use it against us. They tend to use that information for our own detriment. So people, sometimes when your partner tells you to cut off from a certain friends, these are some of the questions you need to ask. Also, you need to ask yourself, is this man or this woman wanting me to cut off from this friend or this family member or this person based on good or bad reasons? Because our partners too might want us to cut off from our friends to manipulate us. especially if you are in a bad relationship, especially if your partner is maltreating you, is abusing you. I'm not relating just to the men, also women maltreat men. So they might want you to cut off with these people because these people are the eyes we don't have. These people are the mouth we don't have. We cannot stand up to our husband, but our friends, the genuine ones, could stand up for us. So your partner will want you to cut off from this person so that they are not going to have that influence or that power to get to him or her. So it's not only about cutting off from a friend. You might also have that friend that will want you to cut off from your partner, because there are people in abusive relationships, and it's only our friends, family members, neighbors, or acquaintances that could help us to cut off from this. So this particular question is based on two-sided. Having a very good friend that has your back, that supports you and does not exploit you, and having a very good husband who also supports you and does not exploit you, or having a very bad friend who does not support you, who is there for you only when the needs fits their own needs. So people, when you're faced with this kind of a problem, you need to ask yourself the question: who benefits you better? Who has your back better? The reasons why these people want you or your partner wants you to cut off from your friend, is it a genuine reason, or is for selfish purposes? Or if this partner that your husband wants you to cut off from is exploiting you or not. So we need to use wisdom to diagnose this, because we have some very good friends out there that will have our back, and we have some very good husbands out there that are trying to protect us, or partners, excuse me. We have some very good partners out there that are trying to protect you against certain friends, and friends who are trying to protect you against certain partners. So my dear people, thank you for watching my channel. Please subscribe, comment, and like. Please hit the notification bell so that anytime I drop the juicy content, you will be the first to know. Thank you.